Welcome everybody to another 75-minute power yoga practice. Tonight, if you would like to add music to your class, you can follow me on Spotify. My name there is Tamara YBR, or play your own music. Anything will work that you like to listen to. As well, you can just practice with quiet. I've been doing that a lot lately, actually. It's a really nice way to get more focused and centered on the breath. And as well, all of my classes will be uploaded to YouTube following the live class, so you can take the classes anytime you like. And just a little announcement, today is the 29th of April, and on May 2nd, which is the following Saturday, it happens to be my birthday, and I want to share a special class on Saturday morning. It will be a power class, but really anybody can practice along with it the best that you can. And I would like to raise money for a charity called Backpack Buddies, who provide food for hungry kids in our community. And right now they are trying to get extra donations because they normally feed kids over the weekend because of the school programs that provide breakfast and lunch. But now kids are at home full time, and they have an extra demand for food 7 days a week. So I hope to help them. Backpack Buddies, and you can look them up on my Facebook as under the event, or look them up online. Really, really amazing organization. So please join me on Saturday. Even if you can't practice or you don't want to do that practice, you could do another one from YouTube, but please donate if you can, and any amount helps, even any small donation. So please do that in honor of my birthday, but also to help these incredible organizations that are really stepping up right now in this time of isolation. So that being said, let's find an intention for our practice tonight from these awesome cards. The Living Peace deck. I always like to have an intention for my practice, and sometimes I come up with my own, and you can too, of course, your own personal intention. And it's also really nice to have a collective intention, something for the greater good. So, you know, the world is your oyster. You pick anything that you like that speaks to you. And tonight I'll offer this one extra layer. It's detachment. To be detached is not a lack of emotion or feeling, nor is it indifference or apathy. It is the ability to put a distance between yourself and your circumstances in order to be objective and serene. So we have circumstances right now that are very out of most of our control, and it's easy to get caught up in it. It's easy to get stressed by it. It's easy to let it overtake our emotions and our well-being. But if we can remain detached and just see it as an experience and not attach any kind of labels to it, like negative or positive, it's much easier to be calm and serene throughout. I don't know if I'm very good at that, but this yoga practice really helps. So let's bring in this idea of detachment. And there's the idea in yoga of non-attachment, which is Aparigraha, or like letting go. So you can use the same idea of letting go of needing to label something or needing to make it positive or negative. And in fact, tonight we will be doing a few poses that might be really challenging. So detach yourself from the outcome and just work toward it. Let it be an experience and not something that you need to judge yourself about. So let's get started in a standing position today. We'll come right up to the top of our mat. And we want to get some length into the side body. So stand up nice and tall on your feet, as tall as you are. Spread your toes wide. Your big toes can be touching, heels can be slightly apart. Arms beside your body, palms facing forward. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. The crown of your head is lifting up. Imagine a chin just below your shelf, and draw the tops of your ears back. And lengthen the side body. So lengthen from the hips to the armpits. Lengthen from your heels up to your hips. Take a few moments here, maybe close your eyes. Bring in your intention, maybe your personal intention. Could be the idea of detachment, your collective intention if you have one. And maybe even a dedication for your practice, somewhere to send this amazing energy to. Float your hands to your heart center. Anjali Mudra. Together we'll take one beautiful sound of Om and get right to our practice. Take a deep clearing breath in through your nose. Big sigh out your mouth. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Big breath in. Om. Let the sound of Om be a signal to your body to remain in a state of detachment where you experience this next 75 minutes or so of practice as just that, an experience, not attaching yourself to any outcomes. Allow yourself to be serene, calm. Bow your mind in toward the beautiful light of your own heart. Listen to your heart through the practice. Blink open your eyes if they're closed. Raise your gaze back through center. Send a smile out into the universe. On your inhale breath, sweep your arms out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Get the side body even longer as you reach up. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, arch back. Inhale, reach up tall. Look up to your thumbs. Soften your knees if you need. As you exhale, fold all the way forward and down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway, palms to shins or fingertips in front of your toes, flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to rise. You can bend your knees as you rise and keep the belly toned, Urdhva Hastasana, side body long. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, forehead to your shins. Inhale, lengthen, palms to shins or fingertips to your toes. Exhale, fold completely, forehead to shins. Inhale to rise, last time here through Ardha Surya Namaskar, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. And this time as you exhale, plant your palms flat, step your right and left foot back. Feel free to add in hopping here anytime that you like. You can lower your knees for the next few breaths. We'll be here in Uttita Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank pose. Press into your finger pads and see if you can dome the space between your shoulder blades. Draw the belly button in strong and press the hips down at the same time so you start to engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Consider this an opportunity to awaken and strengthen your core by rocking forward more, high on the toes, heels lifting. Keep drawing the lower belly in, pressing the hips down. Keep rocking forward, high on your toes. Take another deep inhale breath here. And as you exhale, slowly start to lower down, all the way down onto your belly. Untuck your toes, lengthen your legs behind you. Take your fingertips out wide, tip your elbows up to the ceiling. On your inhale breath, lift your head and chest up off the mat. Peel your heart forward and up. As you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. We'll add in a twist. Inhale, lengthen your head and chest up. As you exhale, take your right shoulder down to the mat. Look over your left elbow. On your inhale, lengthen your head and chest up through center. Exhale, left shoulder down. Look over your right elbow. Again, inhale through center. Lift your head and chest up. Exhale to lower all the way down. Slide your palms underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Engage your legs. Maybe your knees lift. On your inhale breath, Chaturanga halfway. Use your knees if you like. Draw the belly in. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, high plank pose. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, shift your hips back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread your fingertips wide. Look between your inner thighs. Create space between your shoulders. Draw the eye of your elbows inward and roll the inner shoulders outward. Take another deep inhale here. You can bend your knees if you need. Pull the hips back and up away from you. And as you exhale, press the heels down. One more time, bend the knees if you need. Pull the hips back and up toward where the ceiling and wall meet behind you. As you exhale, straighten the legs, press your heels down. And on your next inhale, come high on your toes. Look forward. Bend your knees a lot. Walk, step, or hop all the way forward. Halfway lift as you inhale, lengthen, flat back. As you exhale, fold completely, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Again, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. As you exhale, plant your palms down. This time, left foot and right foot step back. You can hop. Just one breath, draw the belly in, rock forward, press into the finger pads to dome the upper back. Exhale as you lower halfway to Chaturanga or all the way. Untuck your toes and either take Cobra, which is just lifting the chest up, pelvis is down, or slide the heart forward and up, lifting up through the thighs, palms are down, arms are straight. Wherever you are, press the tops of your feet down, take one more breath, lift up a little higher. And now roll over your toes. Toes are tucked, high plank position. One extra chaturanga here, halfway down. Push back up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. And that extra chaturanga there, that's optional, but highly recommended. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. Come behind your toes, bend your knees a lot. Look forward, lightly walk, step or hop. Halfway lift when you get there. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold, forehead to shins. Inhale to rise all the way up. Stay standing. Bring hands to your heart center, Samastitihi. Bring your big toes together to touch, heels slightly apart. As you inhale, sit down into the chair. Sweep your fingertips back. Scoop the tailbone toward your heels and then reach your arms up to the sky. We'll take 5 deep breaths here, so don't wait to get lower right away. Tailbone toward your heels, chest is lifting, arms are parallel and strong. Try to draw the shoulders down the sides of the spine. Keep drawing the belly in, hug your inner thighs and knees together. 2 more breaths. As you inhale, upper body lifts. As you exhale, hips are deeper. 1 more, inhale, upper body. Exhale, deepen. Last breath to lift your head and chest. Exhale, lift your hips and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. This time as you exhale, plant your palms. We'll meet in chaturanga, so you can walk through plank and lower down or hop back. Untuck your toes for your back bend. Choose Cobra, Bhujangasana, or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Roll over the toes, extra chaturanga right here if you like. Elbows brush the rib cage and then pull the hips back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in and a long breath out. We'll have 1 traditional Surya Namaskar be here. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot through, inside your right thumb, back heel spins down. Reach your arms to the sky, warrior 1. Exhale, palms plant down. Lower back down, maybe float the leg. Take your back bend. Move through the vinyasa with your breath. Don't rush the breath. Take the chaturanga if you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Step it through, back heel spins down. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, plant the palms down, step it back and hover. Chaturanga, or to the belly. Take your back bend. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep inhale here. Long exhale. Come behind your toes, bend your knees a lot, walk, step or hop. Come forward. Halfway to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Just a breath in chair pose. Reach your arms to the sky and stand tall. Maybe a little back bend, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to heart center. And let's go again. This time lots of variation. Sit down. Chair pose. Reach your arms up. Take another inhale here. Lengthen. Exhale. Lift your hips and fold. Inhale. Ardha Uttanasana halfway. As you exhale, plant your palms. Chaturanga. Walk it or hop it. Take your back bend. Slide your chest forward and up. High plank position, chaturanga. If you like, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now really root through your hands. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Here's our variations. Right knee to right upper arm. Pause here. If you want a little extra strengthening, chaturanga arms and try extending the right toes forward. Beautiful. Lift it all the way back up. Cross your right knee to your left upper arm. Take that right foot all the way through. Outer edge of your right foot pressing down. And sweep your top arm up. Fallen triangle. Inhale your left hand back to the mat. Right leg sweeps up. Bring your knee to your chest and keep coming forward round the spine. Step through inside your right thumb. Back heel spins down again. Warrior 1. Outer right hip pulling back. Left thigh forward. Take an inhale breath here. Stay for your exhale. Humble warrior. Bring your hands to your lower back. Interlace your palms, knuckles to the earth, chest to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, bow forward. Let the head come down and the arms lift up. Go as deep as you can, pulling your outer right hip back. Left thigh forward. Root through your feet. Deep breath in. Maybe the crown comes down. Deep breath out. Pull your hands up. 1 more. Inhale. Open the shoulders and chest. Exhale. Now use your strong arms to pull you back up. Ground through your feet. Reach up to the sky. Exhale. Plant your palms down. Step your left foot back so the leg is long. Chaturanga. Take your back bend. Open your heart. Move through your vinyasa. One breath per movement. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale. Left leg lifts to the sky. Left knee to left upper arm. Pause here. Or chaturanga arms. Try to extend your left leg. Inhale. Sweep it back up. Cross your left knee to your right upper arm. Stay. Or extend that left leg through. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Come back through center. Left leg lifts. Bring your knee to your chest. And step through. Right heel spins down. Warrior one. Take a deep inhale here. Bend deeply as you exhale. Humble warrior again. Hands to the lower back. Interlace your palms, knuckles to the earth, chest to the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, bow forward. Adho Virabhadrasana. Crown comes down, but outer left hip is pulling back. Right thigh forward. Squeeze your hands tight. Let the shoulders open as you bring your chin to your chest. Maybe crown of the head to the floor. Another deep inhale here. Lift a little higher. Stay for the exhale. One more breath. Knuckles up and over the head. Exhale here. Inhale. Come all the way up. Reach to the sky. Warrior one. Take your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Use that ujjayi breath if you haven't been already. Create a constriction in your throat and hear the sound of your breath. Let that be the playlist for your practice tonight, that strong ocean-like sound. Deep inhale. Exhale. And step your big toes together to touch. Look forward to your hands as lightly as you can. Come high on your toes. Grip the mat with your finger pads. Try not to make any noise. Hop forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Big toes are touching. Sit into the chair. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart center as you inhale, lean forward. Twist to the right side. Hook that left elbow. You can really hook it by pressing the right thigh back. Tent your fingertips if you like. Press your top hand into your bottom hand. See if you can twist a little bit deeper. I find that tenting the fingertips really helpful for strengthening the hands. Stay here or lower your left hand down. Reach your right arm up just for a breath. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale back through center. Stay in that chair. Don't pop up. Hands to your heart center. Inhale to lengthen. Pull the hips back. Twist to your left. You can hook that right elbow as far across the thigh as possible. Pull your left hip back. Tent your fingertips. Outer right hip and knee pulling back. Press your top palm into your bottom palm or finger pads to finger pads. Spread your arms open. Right hand down, left arm up just for a breath. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Well deserved. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. And let's flow here. Chaturanga. Take your back bend. Try not to rush through the vinyasa. Attach a breath, an inhale or exhale for every movement. Let's add on to this. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Right knee to right upper arm. Maybe you hover, maybe you extend the right toes, maybe left leg lifts. Kundanyasana B. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Cross to the left side. Stay here as you thread that right leg through. Maybe you can hold your foot and pull it to the right side of your mat. Deep breath in. Look under your arm. Deep breath out. Sweep that right leg back up, left hand down. This time bring your knee to your chest, but more in the center. Look forward, dome the upper spine. Step through between the palms. Back heel spins down. Left arm pulls back. Right fingertips forward. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Bend that right knee deeply and spread your feet apart so you have a long line between your right toes and your left heel. And the knee is over the ankle. Try to get this front thigh parallel if you can Take an inhale here. Exhale, go deeper. Viparita Virabhadrasana, exalted warrior. Big breath in. Stay for your exhale. Bend your right knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, Uttita Parsvakonasana, top arm sweeping over. Now stay here or take your right fingertips inside of your right foot or to a block. And I'd like us all to try to come for a bind tonight. So if you need, you can always grab a strap or a sweater or something that you can pull behind you. A sock works really well, I've noticed. Left arm spirals around behind the lower back. And try to either get a half bind, so connect the fingertips around the top of the right thigh. If you can, get the right shoulder underneath the right thigh and back of your right hand to your right hip, and maybe you can find those fingertips or the strap. Turn your heart open. Maybe you wrap your left hand with your right fingers. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. And before we rise up, let's look down. Take both hands to the mat. Lift your back heel up and let your right shoulder be underneath your right thigh. And stay right here, or start to wiggle those right toes out to the right again. Chaturanga arms. Maybe you find Vinyasa again. Beautiful. And then sweep that right leg all the way back and up. And let's take a Vinyasa. Lower halfway or all the way. Take your back bend. Make your way back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Adding on to the left side here. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Left knee to left upper arm. Pause here, or chaturanga arms. Extend the forward leg. Back toes lift. Kundanyasana B. Inhale, sweep it back up. Cross the left knee to the right upper arm. Now as you twist, extend that left leg. Try to wrap your right hand around. Look underneath your right shoulder as you lift that leg toward the top left corner of your mat. Beautiful. Sweep it back up. Bring your knee to your chest. Rock forward, knee in the center. Step through. Back heel spins down. Spread those feet apart. Right arm back, left arm forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Left knee is tracking outward. Your gaze is forward and your left knee tracking toward the baby toe. Get that front thigh parallel by wiggling your feet further apart. Take another inhale here. Go deeper on your exhale. Go deeply right away. Don't wait. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now flip your left palm up. Take an inhale breath. Reach up. Right hand down. Exhale. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Inhale. Come back through center. As you exhale, Uttita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. We'll try to go for a bind here. You can keep your top finger or your top forearm on your thigh, or fingertips come down to a block or the mat. Spin your right hand around and spiral the back of your hand to your sacrum, and maybe you can wiggle those fingers to the top of your left thigh. Just start with that. Roll the shoulder open. You can always use a strap or something to hold on to. Left shoulder descends underneath the left thigh. Wiggle your left hand to the back of your left hip. Maybe you can find your right fingers or your right wrist. Try to roll your chest open. And detach yourself from the outcome of this, even if it doesn't look like cover of yoga journal. That's not what you're going for here. It's going for your own personal depth, your own experience. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now look down to the mat. Bring both hands on either side of your front foot. Lift your back heel. And slide your left arm underneath your left thigh. Start to wiggle your left toes forward and out to the left. Chaturanga arms. Maybe you can extend that left leg, float the back toes. Kundanyasana again. Beautiful. Press into your hands. Sweep that leg all the way up. Let's take our Vinyasa. Keep the leg floating if you like. Both feet down for the back bend, shoulders back, heart open. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Another deep breath in and a long breath out. And slowly walk your hands to the back edge of your mat. Heel toe your feet wide. Bend your knees a lot. Get your right shoulder underneath your right thigh. Left arm behind. Find that bind. Again, use a strap if you need or a sock. Look up toward the left. And take a moment here. Couple of breaths, and then try to straighten out both legs. So your left leg will probably easily straighten. Right leg might have a little bend to it. And release, let both knees soften, let your arms dangle. Come to a halfway lift, your feet are still wide. Exhale, fold, and bend your knees again. This time left shoulder underneath the left thigh. Right arm behind. Just take a moment here, get your bind, use the strap if you need. Let your knees be soft, look up over your right shoulder. Then when you're ready, try to straighten out both legs. So your right leg will more easily straighten, your left knee may stay bent. Take a few deep breaths here. And then release, wide-legged halfway lift. As you exhale, fold, heel toe your feet tight together, big toes touching, and walk forward, downward facing dog, toes are touching. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank pose, and right hand comes more forward, roll to the outer blade of your right foot, lift your left arm up. And stay here, or you can step your top foot in front if you need, or lower your bottom knee down for support. If it's available to you, extend that left side body, reach your top arm over your ear, and maybe lift your left leg with you. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Back to high plank pose. Big toes are touching. Left hand comes forward. Roll to the outer blade of your left foot. You can step that top foot in front if you need, or bottom knee down. If it's available for you, stretch that side body long. Stay here, or maybe lift your right leg up. Keep active through both feet. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Come back to high plank. Here's our vinyasa. Take your back bend and make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Bring your right knee to your right upper arm, and now bring it to your left upper arm. Back and forth a few times. Right and left, right and left. 2 more times each side. And left, right, and left. And from the left side, step it all the way through. Reach your top arm up. And again, if you can, float that foot, bend your knee. Kick your foot to the top right corner of your mat. Turn your heart open. Look under your arm. And then spin yourself back to the mat, and right leg lifts. Step through in the center. Back heel spins down, flowing up. Warrior 2. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. And now straighten that front leg. Heel toe your back foot in a step or 2. Inhale, lean forward over your front thigh. Pivot your arms, Trikonasana. Take a deep inhale breath here. And a long exhale. Let's go for a bind with Trikonasana. Bend your right knee. Back of your right hand to the right hip. Left hand comes behind. Maybe you find your fingers, your wrist, or a strap. And then try to straighten your right leg. So it's easier to do it with the bent knee. Try to get that straight leg. Look up. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. And now bend your right knee. Bring both hands down to the mat. And take your right hand out wide. And lean into the right shoulder with the hook of your knee, your thigh, and your calf muscle. Lean into it. And maybe turn your left arm up from the outer blade of your right pinky toe. 1 more deep inhale. Stay for your exhale. Beautiful. Both hands come down to the mat underneath your shoulders. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Flow through. All the way back. You can inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky, back and forth, left to right, upper arm. Right and left and right, left and right. 2 more times each side. Keep that core on. You lift that leg all the way up. Bring your knee to your chest and step through. Back heel spins down. Open it up. Warrior two. Couple of deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Now your left leg will straighten. Heel toe your back foot in. Preparing for another bind. Hinge forward. Find Trikonasana. Left fingertips down. Right arm up. Of course, you're welcome to stay or even go for the half bind. Spiral your right hand behind. Bend your left knee. Get that left arm underneath you. Try to hook your hands if you can or find a strap. And then pull that left leg to straight. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Keep looking up. Look toward the top right corner of the room if you can, way behind you. Deep inhale, long exhale. I guess that would be top left corner of the room if it's behind you. Doesn't matter, you got the idea. Let's come down onto the mat and keep your left hand out wide. Press into your palm and roll to the outer blade of your front foot and lift your top arm up just on the pinky toe edge. Lean into it. Hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. Both hands come down. Step it back. Take your Vinyasa. So really starting to open up in the inner thighs, and the hamstring, and the hips, all the way back. Deep inhale, long exhale. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot all the way through, lower your back, knee down. Take an inhale breath, reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, sweep your palms back behind you. Straighten that front leg, a floating Ardha Hanuman. Love this variation. Inhale, left knee is as far back as you can get it, so lunge deeply. Exhale, float it back. One more time, 3 of these. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, pull it back. Now bring your hands on the inside of your right leg and take it out at an angle. And as you're here, you can stay. You can even come onto your fingertips or blocks. I want you to make sure that your left hip is over top of your left knee, so you're not sitting back to the heel. Really extend the chest. You can start to walk the fingertips forward. So this is really a variation of lizard pose. We're going to add in Ardha Hanuman. So extend that front leg as much as you can. Press to the heel. If you want to go further, you can slide your left knee back, but right foot is coming out at an angle. Maybe you can walk your fingertips back so you get deeper into that front hamstring. You can roll the outer left thigh down, and maybe you come down onto your forearms or to blocks. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. Try to get the back of your right hip down, right thigh down if you're coming into this fuller variation, combination of lizard and Hanuman. Last breath. And slowly walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes, slide your knee in, and guide your right foot just at an angle, pointing past the top corner of your mat. Can you get your left shoulder underneath that thigh? Now we'll keep the back knee down, roll to the kind of inner blade of your back foot and your knee, and see if you can scoop up that right foot with your right hand and look underneath you. And you can use that back foot like a little paddle for balance. Look underneath your arm, extend that leg, hold here, press into your arm for 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way back down onto your hands. Press into your front foot, step into standing L-shaped pose, lengthen, and standing splits. Let the forehead down, let the leg lift up. Wrap your right hand behind your right calf, forehead to shin, left leg lengthening. And soften into your right knee. Bring your knee with you. As you come up, stand all the way up, hands to your hips. Hug your knee into your chest. And this is the first variation. Stay right here. Or take the big toe lock, arm on the inside of the knee. Hugging the hips back in line with the shoulders. Stay here. Any of those variations, so either hugging knee into chest or taking big toe lock, you can extend your left leg forward. Take your outer hip back, pull your shoulder back, get nice and tall, maybe raise your right arm up to the sky. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, open it up. So same shape that we just had, but now with the opposite leg. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Utthita Padangustasana, deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring it back through center. Reach both arms up. Warrior three. Swing that left leg back slowly with control. Right fingertips reaching forward. Pull your outer right hip back. Left thigh rolls down. Take a deep inhale and a long exhale. And then step it all the way back. Open up to the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your lower back. Take an inhale to lengthen. Knuckles to the earth, chest to the sky. Feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Press the outer edges of your feet as you hinge forward and fold. Crown of the head down, arms lift up, chin to chest. Reach up and over your head. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Another deep breath in. And a long breath out. And release your hands under your shoulders, halfway lift. Stay here or fold in, crown of the head down, hips lift up. If you have Shavasana, be in your practice. Crown of the head comes down, finger pads press down, feet float up, maybe inner thighs gather together. Find your balance, lengthen the side body, hug the elbows in, hold for 3 breaths. And if you're folding forward, work more weight into the toes, let the hips lift higher, work the crown of the head down. One more deep inhale. Stay for your exhale. And if you're floating, you'll slowly come down, activate your feet, control the movement. So your heels touch down first, halfway lift as you inhale, and then we'll turn to the front of the mat, 3-legged dog. Stack your hip, bend your knee, open it up. Wild thing or Urdhva Dhanurasana, press into that left hand, and then flip yourself all the way back around and take your vinyasa, and we'll meet back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale breath, and a long exhale. And inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot through, lower your right knee down. Slide your right knee as far back as you can, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Take an inhale to lengthen and sit deeply into those hips. Remember, right knee is back further than your hip. Take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, sweep the hands back behind you, extend through your front heel, toes curl, so try to float it if you can. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, float those arms back, toes towards you. 1 more. Inhale, full breath. Exhale, pull it back. And then let's bring the hands down, this time on the inside of the left leg, and turn your left heel out to the left. It might come off your mat. You're welcome to stay on your fingertips or blocks. Pull your chest forward, lengthen that left leg. Excuse me, pushing your left heel out to the left. You're welcome to stay or working into a combination of lizard pose and Ardha Hanuman. Right knee will come back, or maybe Hanuman. Left heel forward, and maybe walk your hands closer to your hips so you can get that feeling of pressing the outer left hip down. Stay here, or maybe come down onto your forearms. We'll take 3 deep breaths. So a similar shape as Utthita Padangustasana, that standing kind of Y shape that we were just in on this side. Try to roll the outer left hip down. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Slowly start to come up. Slide your right knee in. Take your right foot, but at an angle out to the left. Sorry, your left foot at an angle out to the left, and take your left arm underneath. And we're going to roll to the inner blade of our back foot, keeping the knee down. You can stay here, maybe reach your top arm up to the sky. This might be enough for you. This is the modified variation of Vishwamitrasana. This is a big posture. So again, this is the idea of detachment. If you can, grab the outer edge of your left foot and kick the foot back. Look underneath your right shoulder and hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Replace it back. Bring both hands on either side of your front foot. Lift your back knee up. Step forward, standing L-shaped pose. Stay here. Wrap your left hand around your left calf. Head comes down, right leg lifts. Get a big stretch at the back of the left thigh. And knees come together. Stand all the way up. Bring your right knee with you. It's okay if you have to step down. I'm just going to step back so you can see a little better. Right knee comes into the chest. You're welcome to stay here or Padangusthasana, big toe lock. Wherever you are, try to get your hips and shoulders in the same line. So very upright. That's why we focus on lengthening the side body at the beginning. Stay here or extend your right leg to any degree, even if you're holding onto your knee. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, open it up. Looking over your left shoulder if you like. Hold here. 3 breaths. Beautiful. Come back through center. Reach both arms to the sky. Sweep that right leg back as you hinge forward. Go slowly. Virabhadrasana 3. Outer left hip pulling back. Right thigh forward. Reach and press out. Reach and press out. For 3, 2, 1. And then step all the way back to the edge of your mat. Open up your arms in a big T shape. Again, interlace your hands. Take the opposite grip. Knuckles to the earth, chest to the sky. Big inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Let the hands come up and over the head. Knuckles to the sky or even reaching beyond. Working to the space that's behind your head, maybe all the way to the floor one day. I've yet to see anybody who can bring their hands to the floor from this position, but if they can, it's a good inspiration. But I'm detaching myself from that outcome. I am where I am, and you have to make that okay. Be serene wherever you are. One more deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. Release your hands back under your shoulders, halfway lift. Now you're welcome to stay here. You can come into a deeper fold, any variation, or come with me, Samukhanasana. Start to widen your legs as wide as you can on your mat. You might be up a lot higher than me. You might be all the way down. Wherever you are, it's okay. Just be there. If you want to go deeper, maybe you get your forearms down to the mat and then spin your toes up like you're going to push them back behind you and press your heels out. Try to open up the inner thighs even more, lengthen the spine wherever you are. 5 deep breaths. Follow your Ujjayi breath and stay connected to your intentions, your dedication. Stay focused and present. Two breaths. Last deep breath in, full breath out. Support yourself as you need to come back through center. Turn yourself to the front of the mat. 3-legged dog, inhale. And flip it over if you like. For 3, 2, maybe you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana. 1, flip back around, take your Vinyasa. We'll meet in Downward Dog. Beautiful work, everybody. Not over yet. Exhale fully. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Slide your palms underneath your feet or onto blocks. Back of your hands onto blocks. Beside your feet, take an inhale to lengthen. If you're stepping on your palms, get your toes right to the wrist creases. Bend your elbows a lot and pull your chest to your thighs. If you can,
Lift up your left heel and really massage the left wrist with your toes. Remember, place that heel down, lift up your right heel, press those toes actively into the right wrist. Take one more round of breath, lengthen, heart forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, release your palms. Fold all the way down. And then we'll walk back to downward dog. But bring your hands a little bit more toward each other. In your inhale breath, lift your right leg up to the sky and step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Lower that back knee down. And now we'll work toward full Vishwamitrasana. Don't worry if you don't have it yet. It's not the goal of the pose. The goal of the pose is to be where you are and be serene. So just keep that in mind. You're welcome to keep that back knee down as that little kickstand again. Take your right hand and right arm underneath your right thigh and get that connection of the arm pushing into the underside of your knee and vice versa. And take your hand out wide. Now you can stay here or lift your back knee up and roll to the strong inner blade of your back foot. And you might want to walk that right hand out even further. Now stay here, maybe lift up. So we've done this part before. Or we can add on what we've done when we have the knee down. You can hook the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand and look underneath your body. Look up and hold for 3, 2, 1. And slowly release down with a little bit of a crash landing. Take a simple open twist wherever you are. Back knee can lift or be down. Maybe arch back, open the chest, big inhale. As you exhale, both hands plant down, 3-legged dog, and take a vinyasa. Making your way back, downward facing dog. And again, we'll walk our hands to the back of the mat. Take your feet a little wider this time. Bend your knees and cross your arms at the forearms. Place your wrists behind your knees and then sit yourself down. It's a good wrist release. And you can squeeze from side to side. Something that I like to do is to get centered and try to pull my elbows away from each other while I squeeze my knees tight. This gives a little bit of a traction. It's really good release for the wrist bones. So you'll find your own experience here, what works best for you. Couple of bounces. And then release. Give your arms, wrists a little shake. And then walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Bring your hands a little bit closer together. Inhale your left leg up to the sky and step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Back knee down. Now again, you're welcome to take the modified version of this posture. It's perfectly fine. It took me a long time to get beyond that's for sure. So you might want to kickstand your right foot back behind you a little bit. And I like to keep my foot flexed or flatten my foot. It doesn't really matter. So you decide when we get to that part. You can start by lifting your right knee up and get your left arm underneath your left thigh behind your knee. And take your left hand out to the side. And that's when you decide, do I want to put my knee down or not? Do I want to roll to the inner blade of my right foot? Maybe extend my right arm. So you can think about that. And you might find it easier on one side than the other to maybe then lift that right leg, right knee, and you can extend up and just stay here. This is perfectly fine, and this is a beautiful entry point. So detach yourself from any outcome here and just work where you are. Now stay here or really lean out into that left hand. Maybe you can lift up just even your left toes and hook the toes. Or maybe you can fully kick that, I have to move my braid, kick that leg back behind you and look underneath your right arm. And I don't quite have it on this side. Here we go, lean into the arm for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly come down. Maybe more gracefully than me. 3-legged dog. Woo. And then take a vinyasa. So deserved. Make your way back. Downward dog. And this time we're going to hop through to a squat. So walk your hands closer together, high on your toes, feet on the outside of your hands. Now take the tops of your hands and push them down into the mat and try to lengthen your chest forward and up as you straighten your arms. Sometimes it feels good to sway a little bit side to side or rock forward and back. Press the fingers down, tops of the fingers down. And you can even take your hands, release the wrists, push the back of your hands together, lift your heart. Now for those of you that like crow pose or crane pose, I definitely won't stop you. You can bring your hands forward. I'll even do it with you. Hop your toes together to touch. So start with your toes touching. Spread those finger pads wide, and maybe balancing in this posture, having the equal weight of both hands will seem maybe less challenging. If you've been practicing with me the last couple of classes, I think 2 classes ago we worked, I think on Saturday I want to say it was, we worked on one-legged crow, so you're welcome to give that a try if you like. Otherwise, come with me for a regular crow pose or crane pose. So I've been working on crane, which is to keep the arms straight. But start with a little bend. Get your knees behind the upper arms, so not out to the side, so they're invisible if I'm looking forward. Lean forward into the finger pads, dome the upper back, and then start to float the toes, one or both feet. Maybe they lift same time, and then hug the belly in, dome the upper back more, try to straighten your arms. Wherever you are, hold for a count of 3, 2, 1, and take your time to make your way through your vinyasa. You can shoot back. Full breath to come up, and make your way all the way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, deep breath in, and a long breath out. One more, inhale, and exhale. And let's hop through to our seat. Try to hop with straight legs if you can. If that's kind of new for you, you can take a look at me, what I do. You can also hop through with crossed legs, but try to commit to keeping the legs straight. Take a deep breath in, bend your knees, lift your hips, and slide your legs through and come down onto your bum. Move the flesh around your seat from side to side. Take your fingertips out wide off of your mat. Take an inhale breath and reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And let's take a beautiful forward fold. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen, let your chest lift. And exhale brings you into a fold. Slowly start to roll yourself all the way up and turn toward the long edge of your mat. If you like, you can also just stay facing forward. Take your right forearm onto your right thigh. Maybe it comes inside of the thigh and the calf. Take your left hand onto your left hip and roll your chest open. So this is the same shape that we just tried to achieve in Vishwamitrasana. Take your left arm up to the up to the sky, and then reach up and over your ear. You might not have the bind of your foot, but you can still look underneath your left armpit and press your outer right arm into the inner right thigh. Maybe you have the bind. You can look underneath. It's that same idea of pressing the outer shoulder and outer arm into the inner thigh, reaching for the outer edge of that foot if you can. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Come all the way back up, and we'll go to the other side. So the side body is getting very long here. Left arm on top or inside of the left thigh. Roll your right shoulder open, and if you want, you could use that strap to get the bind. Turning your chest open, reaching your right arm up to the sky and then over the ear. Look underneath your right arm if you can. Maybe you find a bind. Wherever you are along the way of all these poses, that's the place for you to be. That's how we learn contentment through this practice, santosha, self-acceptance. That's one of the keys to detachment, is accepting everything as it is. And the more yoga you do, the more you practice, the more important that concept becomes. It's not about doing the poses at all, really. Those are just bonuses. So calming the mind.
Slowly come back up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale to fold. Hopefully the recording was still working. It looked like there was something wrong with the camera. Hope it was still working. Take an inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale to fold. And going as deep as you can, letting the crown of the head reach forward. Maybe your arms extend. And slowly start to walk yourself back up. Gather your legs in. If you're turned to the side, come back to the front of your mat. Bring your feet forward. Bring your hips towards your heels. Take an inhale breath. Lengthen your chest forward and up. And as you exhale, come all the way down. And if you like to do a supported back bend, you can have that. Well, I'm making a video. Here we go. Arms beside the body. On your inhale breath, lift your chest up. Lift your hips up. Walk your hands underneath your hips. You can interlace. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. If you want, squeeze your shoulders tighter together. Lift your heart a little higher and let the knuckles travel toward your heels. Chin in toward the chest. Holding here. 3 more deep breaths. Keep lifting higher with the hips. If you're going for the supported back bend, forgot to mention, you can bring a block underneath your hips, under your sacrum. Last 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. And bring your hands back beside you. Lift your hips lower down. Take your feet wide. Let your inner knees touch. Just take a moment here to relax. If you want to windshield wiper the knees, you can, if that feels good. Maybe you place a hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Okay, 2 more back bends here. As the feet come back underneath the knees, reach for your heels. If you like, same back bend or a supported back bend, or press your hands up to the ceiling and really flex those wrists. Bend your elbows, bring your hands beside your ears. Now press down into your feet, lift your hips, and then pop up onto the crown of your head. And you might need to stay here, but press into your hands to support your head so you're not crunching the neck or the head. Walk your hands a little wider, and if you like, push all the way up. Straighten your arms and legs. Parsvakonasana. Lift your heart as if you're going to press it through your arms. Take your gaze back like you can look to your heels. Take 3 more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly come down to the crown first. If you're in Urdhva lower your hips. Hands beside your body. Take a deep breath in and breath out. And this time, let your feet come together, knees wide. If your wrists are feeling tender, slide them underneath your hips, and this will give a little release with the weight of your hips. Otherwise, you can bring your hands onto your heart and your belly. Take a breath into your hands. We'll do 1 more back bend. So you have a choice of all 3 of those back bends. Again, you can take supported. Wherever you are, we'll hold here for 5 breaths. Last couple of breaths. If you're in Urdhva, take your last breath here. And then use a breath to come down onto the crown. Coming through bridge pose. And either feet together or feet wide. Take 1 hand under your heart, 1 hand onto your belly. Take a breath in. And a full breath out. Another deep breath in. And a full breath out.
And close your knees together. We'll take an inversion here, so you can choose from a number of different inversions. You could take Viparita Karani, legs up and arms up. Happy baby pose, which might feel nice just to start with, to get the inner thighs stretching. Maybe you even extend the legs out to the sides. And then you're welcome to come back here, maybe kick your feet, knees, and hips over your head for plow pose, halasana, or raise the legs up to the ceiling for Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. If you have Shirshasana A in your practice, the traditional yoga headstand, I'd encourage you to do that. You're welcome to use a wall if you like. We have 20 breaths, so it's a 2-minute hold for any of these inversions. So feel free to practice any of the poses and maybe even switch it up a little bit. Try to find that Ujjayi breath, stay with that connection, breathe into your intention, your dedication. Last few breaths. If you're in headstand, you can come either just to a seat or a child pose. If you're in the other inversions, maybe you take fish pose. Just lie into your back. You're ready to come down. For myself, after headstand, I actually prefer to sit up and just stay seated in stillness. So you're welcome to do that if you're lying on your back, and just take a few breaths. And then we'll all make our way down onto our back, and we'll have a supine hip opener. So you have a couple choices. One would be supine pigeons. You cross your right ankle over the left thigh and hug the left knee in toward your chest, either holding behind your thigh or in front of the shin bone. If you want a little bit deeper, you can cross that right thigh over top of the left. Supta Gomukhasana, supine cow face pose. And you're welcome to do these poses upright as well. And here you'll grab onto the ankles and try to pull your ankles apart as you pull your knees toward each other, but then push the unit of your legs forward. You should really feel this into your hips. Take 10 deep breaths on each side. And if you'd rather take double pigeon or any other hip opener, go for it. Last 5 breaths. And slowly you'll start to release. Whichever pose you're in, unwind your legs. Give your knees a nice hug. And then you can release again. Choose the other side. If you're in an upright position, just switch sides. If you're in supine pigeon, left ankle will cross on top of the right thigh. Hug your right knee in, or Supta Gomukhasana, left leg on top. pulling your flexed ankles away from each other. Hug your knees in toward each other and then push the unit of your legs forward, away from your chest. And you'll feel this hopefully in the outer left hip. And if you don't, maybe you try an upright Gomukhasana, folding forward, or double pigeon. Take 10 deep breaths from here. Last few breaths. Release, soften out of your twist. You can hug your knees to your chest or rock side to side. Maybe take a happy baby. Whatever feels good to neutralize. Our final pose will be a supine twist. So if you have a favorite supine twist, you can go for it. Otherwise, extend your right leg long, hug your left knee into your, extend your left leg long, hug your right knee into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. This is Pavanamuktasana when we're moving. Squeeze that right thigh, just a short little squeeze here, so make it nice and tight. Activating the ascending colon, responsible for our digestion. And then take your right arm out to the right, palm is facing up or down, whichever you feel is better for your shoulder. And then palm facing down is more supportive. Jog your hips a little bit to the right side and then bring your right knee across. You can stay here, hugging your right knee toward the mat, or maybe extend your right leg straight in the same kind of shape of hugging the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand, and then push your right hip down and turn and twist to the right. Might feel good also to cactus your right arm. You can stay here if you want to add in one extra little detail. Bend your left knee and reach for the inner blade of your left foot with your right hand and pull your right shoulder to the mat. And keep pushing that outer right hip down. Last 5 breaths. And bringing your gaze back through center. Gently release your twist, roll onto your back. Nice little hug if you need to release your sacrum. And then hug your left knee into your chest. Release your right leg, Pavanamuktasana left side. This is for the descending colon, so for our elimination of waste and toxins from the body. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Jog your hips a little bit to the left side. Open up your left arm to the left. Right leg is extended. Cross that left knee over the body using your right hand to guide it. Now open up your shoulder in any way that feels good. So for me, my left shoulder is quite tight. The palm down feels more stable, but the palm up gives me a deeper opening in the chest and shoulder. So up to you to start. Then you can extend that left leg straight if you like. Wrap your right hand around the outer left edge of your foot. So that's that same idea of that grip from Bhishmamitrasana that we've been doing tonight, even with fallen triangle. You can stay here, you can turn and look over your left shoulder, or bend your right knee and kick your inner right foot into your left hand. And now try to pull that left shoulder down to the mat and push your left hip away from you toward the inner right knee. And gazing over your left shoulder. From here, we'll take 5 breaths. You're ready to release. Rock yourself back onto your sacrum. Hug your knees into your chest and rock and roll yourself a few times, the whole length of your spine. Just before we go into our final rest, rock yourself up to your seat. And together, before we find Shavasana, let's chant together Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, a chant for peace. Feel free to dedicate this chant anywhere that you like. Peace for yourself, peace for each other, and peace for the whole world. Take a deep clearing breath in, gather up your intentions, your dedication, hold them at your heart. And a full breath out. Let's begin. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing your mind into the beautiful light of your bright heart. As you're ready, take your time to melt yourself down into Shavasana. Let your arms and legs completely relax. Become detached from everything that's around you and melt into this experience of the moment. I'll read to you one more time. Our intention for today, detachment. To be detached is not a lack of emotion or feeling, nor is it indifference or apathy. It is the ability to put a distance between yourself and your circumstances in order to be objective and serene. And I hope you're feeling a deep sense of serenity here in this moment, that you can take that with you into your evening, to the rest of your week. I hope you join me tomorrow night at 5:30 for Hatha, Friday night at 7:15 for Yin, and especially Saturday morning. If you're watching this class before May 2nd, please join me and help me raise money for Backpack Buddies on Saturday morning. Even if you can't practice, you can still donate, and all the information is on my Facebook page under the event and in all the posts I've been making lately. So please, please, I encourage you to join and donate in any way that you can. Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are. Namaste.